Your papers, please. Mr. Nick Rivers. We have been awaiting the arrival of the famous American singer.
No more math! Come here! No more math! No more math! You're gonna be looking for people like me to stand for you.
Where are they taking him?
They're not taking him anywhere.
Where's the men at? Where's the freaking men at that will stand for your liberty? Where's the men that will stand for liberty once again?
How many more curfews? How many more restrictions? How many more... No, you can't come in here. Can't even go to this problem. How much more are they going to step on the Charter of Rights? Just shred it up. They wipe their asses with it on a daily basis. Now they're arresting casters on the side of a highway. It's not even the first one to get arrested. Barring businesses, not even the first one to do that. This is going to keep continuing. No one anywhere outside of, let's see, you got Randy Hillier.
Is anybody tired of this tyranny? You love tyranny. You love tyranny. You get out. You get out. You get out. No more math. No more math. No more math. No more math. No.
Misinformation or a psychological warfare campaign or a fake news. That's the point. The point is to say you couldn't possibly figure out what's true even if you had evidence put in front of your face, undeniable evidence put in front of your face. Imagine somebody showed you undeniable evidence of the virus coming from a Wuhan lab. Would you believe it? No, you would reject it because you knew that would mean that you are now different than other people. If you know this and other people don't know this, you are now different, set apart. The 9/11 person who says, what about Building 7, right? That's how knowing stuff like this makes you different. And the point of this type of information, the point of this type of confusion, this type of media coordination, and this guy's a paid influencer, make no mistake. Same with Brett Wilson. They're paid for their tweets on this stuff, right? It's purposeful, it's planned. It's as planned as my mask protects you, your mask protects me, flipping directly into vaccines. That's not how vaccines work. Your vaccine protects you, not me. Right? That's not how vaccines work. And they say, oh, it's breaking the chains of transmission, right? The more breaks in the chain of transmission. Fine. Human immunity is great. 99.7% recovery rate is wonderful, right? My immunity protects me. Your vaccine protects... I'm not sure. The data's not in yet. Let's not get into that. It's a conspiracy theory. Are you shedding?
I don't go to these things and why I haven't been supported because they've told you this already. When I was a kid, I even knew at whatever I was, 16 years old, something like that, when the Iraq war invasion started. 1 million people. Did you know this? Go look it up. 1 million people protested outside Washington, D.C. No war. Don't want the war. Biggest protest across America that it ever happened since Vietnam. Trafalgar Square in London, same thing. 1 million people. 1 million people. And what happened? The government did it anyway. Because the government does what it always does. Whatever it wants. It doesn't care what you say. It doesn't care what you think. So go ahead. Go march. Go hold your signs. That's what they want you to do because it's meaningless. And ultimately, it changes nothing. It's good for two things. It's good for networking. It's good for making friends and networking.
Big Ben told as the huge crowd marched to stop the countdown to war against Iraq. A seemingly endless current of marchers.
Oh, it was tremendous. I mean, I think it's one of the few demonstrations where people really thought they could stop a war, and therefore they felt them turning out individually as opposed to reading about it in a newspaper or saying, oh, that's a good thing when they watched it on television.
Hello?
Hello, Neo. Do you know who this is?
Morpheus.
Yes. I've been looking for you, Neo. I don't know if you're ready to see what I want to show you, but unfortunately you and I have run out of time. They're coming for you, Neo, and I don't know what they're going to do.
Who's coming for me?
Stand up and see for yourself.
Right now?
Yes. Now. Do it slowly. The elevator.
Excuse me, medical assistance for what? As I said, from the investigation we have done tonight, we have concerns for your well-being also. What investigations are they? What the hell they want? I'll talk to you in more
I
detail.
don't know, but if you
I'll
want
go.
to find out,
Am I
you get out of
You are detained with the mental
I
treatment.
can guide you, but you
Section
must
12,
do
the mental
exactly as I say.
Of the what? Section 12, the mental treatment.
Cubicle across from you is empty.
Huh?
Go, now.
Where are my children? Your children, as I said, we've invoked Section 12 of Child Care Act 1991 as amended. Their children will be going into care.
This is unreal.
This is disgraceful.
Patrick, position. Okay, have you a pair of shoes with you, Patrick, now? Okay. Can you get shoes?
Can I get dressed?
Yes, you can. Alright, cool. Pair of shoes there.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you feeling? Huh? I am outraged. How are you feeling though? On a personal level, how are you feeling? Excuse me, it's 3 in the morning.
Yes.
You are going to wake my children up. This is outrageous.
At the end
This is outrageous.
of a storm,
You are going to abduct my children.
there's a golden sky and the sweet silver
To get ready to get this vaccine distributed. And as Premier, you have my word. We will get vaccines to every part of this province when they are ready. We will get them to our seniors, to our frontline workers, to every person who needs one in this province. All of our collective efforts, all of our collective sacrifices will get us there.
No vaccine in the history of the human race has ever been created and tested in under 4 years. If you guys took the time, Australia, 907 people, if you even believe that number, have died in this so-called pandemic. He's about to force using the Canadian military an untested, unproven vaccine when none in the history of the world have ever been created and tested in under 4 years. So our doctors speaking out against
Bravery is going into a fight or flight response when someone sneezes.
I am brave.
I am brave.
I am brave.
I'm brave enough to live in never-ending terror of a virus.
I'm brave enough to know that politicians know what's best for me. I'm brave enough to follow orders.
I'm brave enough to not reopen my business.
I'm brave enough to protect my family from income.
Instead of working, I'm brave enough to protect my family by letting them starve.
I'm brave enough to know that self-induced poverty is in everyone's best interest.
I'm brave enough to do as I'm told without questioning it.
I'm brave enough to get my personal worldview from the media.
I'm brave enough to dismiss all ideas that the fact checkers say are false.
I'm brave enough to live in constant fear about what could happen to me.
I'm brave enough to feel ashamed if I'm not wearing a mask in public.
I'm brave enough to scream at people who are not as scared as I am.
I'm brave enough to want to be tracked so I can be safe.
Yep, doing whatever you want. Stealing all the money. You seen how much money the liberals have been stealing? How many businesses are going under? Newfoundland's completely bankrupt, by the way. When is it enough? Is there ever going to be a point? Is there ever going to be a point where the average Canadian man goes, you know what, something's got to be done? Or do we just sit here and binge watch Netflix while everything burns down around us, and then eventually one day the power just doesn't come on anymore because everything's gone?
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress?
I was...
Look again. Freeze it.
This isn't the Matrix.
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one.